Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. Allincrypto here, and today we are going to be doing a video that I feel like I perhaps shouldn't even be having to do, and it's kind of sad that I have to do this video, but also I think important because of what took place yesterday, what was announced by the HBAR Foundation, and of course Archax themselves in regards to actually tokenizing BlackRock's money market fund, and obviously that is taking place on the Hedera Hashgraph. Now, this news is legitimate, okay, and I had a lot of people coming at me and the rest of the kind of HBAR community saying that this is actually false or fake news. And what we're going to do in this video is clear that up. And we're going to be showing you guys where the claims about this being fake news came from. CoinDesk, one of their reporters, decided to take it upon himself to actually report that this news was fake. Why, I don't know, but we'll look at it all. We'll look at the article that claims that this is all fake. We're also going to look at the HBAR Foundation's actual announcement, which is what we reported on yesterday, which is legitimate. Then we're going to look at the announcement from Archax, what some people surrounding Archax have had to say. We also have from Graham, who is the co-founder and CEO of Archax Limited. Actually, he tweeted something just a few hours ago saying all parties involved were aware that we were tokenizing on Hedera. We always speak to issuers before tokenizing their assets on chain. So this gives a little bit more clarity. And then we're going to talk about the Hedera price. It's going to be a long video, guys. There's a lot to cover up. I genuinely feel like there's a real immaturity when it comes to the cryptocurrency space. And I honestly believe, and I'm not doing myself any favors by saying this, that some people should stay the hell out of the cryptocurrency markets. Because I saw people talking about, first of all, nobody in their right mind would have come out yesterday and told anybody to buy Hedera on the news. Certainly when the chart was going vertically up. That is almost rule number one in regards to when not to buy something. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about some of the stupidity, and that's what I'm going to call it. I'm not looking to make friends in this video. I'm looking to clear up a lot of things. We'll talk about some of the stupidity that we saw in regards to the markets towards the end of the video, and we kind of look at Hedera from a price point of view. Obviously, the price did very well. At one point, it was 100 and something% up. And to be totally transparent, I own Hedera. It's one of my largest bags. I didn't buy any Hedera yesterday. We were positioned for this. You know, we've been buying the kind of base that we think Hedera has been forming, not financial advice, just my own opinion, ready for the journey that I believe we're now on. And this is just news and a part of us getting to the destination that I believe Hedera is going in this bull market. But we'll cover all that towards the end of the video. Again, sad but very relevant that I've got to do this video. So yesterday, obviously we know what happened. We know what the announcement was. Let's cover some of the criticism in regards to the announcement. In fact, let's cover the announcement first. We had the HBAR Foundation come out and say, today we witness real-world asset history as BlackRock's ICS, US Treasury Money Market Fund, MMF for short, is tokenized on Hedera with Archax and Ownerall making a major milestone in asset management by bringing the world's largest asset manager on chain. That was the news. What is not factual about that? Of course, Archax, we've covered Archax previously. So I made a video over a month ago now talking about how Hedera, with their tokenization service and everything else, and Archax and DLA Piper and everything they're offering, are actually the best positioned cryptocurrency project to tokenize the world. You know, certainly tokenize financial instruments. And then this was kind of progress in regards to all of that. So, of course, Archax themselves, we're really going to go down the kind of what happened and where people are getting confused, guys. So do hang on. This is going to be a longer video. Archax today announced the expansion of fund shares it offers in tokenized form with the BlackRock, tagging BlackRock, by the way. So this is above board. They're not sneakily doing it. ICS, US Treasury MMF. This builds on its launch of tokenized access to Aberdeen's MMF, their money market fund. Remember, Aberdeen, by the way, which are also a governing council member of Hedera, are already tokenizing, I think it's their Sterling Lux money market fund on Hedera. Billions of dollars. Last year, created on both Hedera and Ethereum. They also have an article on this, which we're going to read once we've looked at the article that was circulating, essentially claiming that this was all false news and that this was over-exaggerated and a lie, basically. I find that just amazing day for Hedera, the community, myself, many of us out there, and there's always somebody trying to rain on people's parade. And it's usually because either they don't hold the token, they don't like Hedera as a project, or they've got some sort of another angle. I think it's self-poison when people are like this. I really do. But we'll cover it nonetheless. People are people, and you need to accept that. And also learn to be, I think, understanding and maybe put yourself in their shoes. But we'll cover the actual Archax release. And then we're also going to be looking at Graham's comments, who is, according to certainly Twitter, the CEO and co-founder of Archax Limited, who goes on to say, hey, all parties involved were aware that we were tokenizing on Hedera. We always speak to issuers before tokenizing their assets on-chain. So I think that translates into the fact that they don't just tokenize people's assets. They basically get permission or go down that route of letting them know before they actually do it. So nothing about this fake thus far. So this is from CoinDesk. I shouldn't even really be giving this article too much attention, but it's got a lot of people worried. I like to kind of simplify things a little bit. So HBAR surged by more than 107% as investors believed that BlackRock was involved in the fund tokenization project on Hedera. The token then slumped more than 25% as BlackRock turned out to have no involvement in the launch. Okay. What did we not know there? So we know that what essentially has been tokenized is BlackRock's money market fund on Archax, which uses Hedera. That was the news that was reported. Let's move on to the actual article itself. Hedera's HBAR doubles, then falls 25% as BlackRock links diminish. I don't know where the diminishing of the link is. Hedera announced on Tuesday that BlackRock's US Treasury money market fund has been tokenized on its blockchain. That is factual. There's nothing unfactual about that. It goes on to say Hedera's native token HBAR surged by 107%. We're not going to cover that. On Tuesday, Hedera announced that BlackRock's ICS US Treasury money market fund had been tokenized on the Hedera blockchain in collaboration with Archax. Hedera supporters on social media began claiming that BlackRock chose Hedera to tokenize its fund, although this wasn't the case. BlackRock's money market fund is tokenized on Hedera. Archax CEO Graham said that it was indeed an Archax choice to put the fund on Hedera. Of course it was, you know. In response to criticisms about misleading marketing from Hedera, BlackRock entered a real-world asset RWA tokenization sector last month with its launch of its USD institutional digital liquidity fund on Ethereum. The HBAR token is still up about 61% over the past 24 hours, but the 2% market depth remains relatively thin with 90,000 in cumulative bids on the Binance and Upbit order books within 2% of the current price of 14 cents. The token has over $2.6 billion in trading volume over the past 24 hours, according to CoinMarketCap. CoinGlass data shows. Goes on to talk about order book depth. The weighted short end interest coupled with the lack of liquidity creates a landscape for volatile trading period that could culminate in the return to parity or a short squeeze. Okay, with open interest having raised by 422%. So this is all the article says. It basically is claiming that, or implying that this was some sort of an insider trading trick. By the way, right, CoinDesk, how many times has CoinDesk put out articles that have led to price movement that have got people absolutely wrecked? Or that have moved the market? And actually it has came out that it was false, so they've had to come out and say sorry about doing that. So it's kind of rich that they're even sort of implying that Hedera's marketing was unfair and unjust. Because if we look at actually what was reported, it was the truth. You know, we know this. Let's now take a look at the actual Archax article. So the Archax article says Archax increases tokenized money market fund offerings. It talks about the actual offering itself. Remember, Archax, and one of the reasons we've said they're the best position is because they're regulated. People aren't going to go to a non-regulated tokenization service and exchange to do what their regulated business. You know, that's not how this works. So it talks about a number of things. So this is Graham Rodford, CEO and co-founder of Archax. He made comments, money market funds from different asset managers can follow different underlying investment theses. For example, investing in short-term governmental debt issuances or commercial short-term debt issuances. Consequently, it is important to have a range of offerings available to cater to different clients' needs. Adding more funds into our portfolio of tokenized shares of MMFs, money market funds, offerings expands the flavors we have on offer and so allows us to serve a broader range of potential clients, as well as MMF product depth. Product distribution is also vital importance, continues Rodford. And so we were pleased to be expanding our partnerships with ONRA to further leverage their thin peer-to-peer network of distribution of tokenized shares in money market funds and help facilitate our first multi-million-dollar trade on Hedera 2. Shane Hinkton, CEO of the HBAR Foundation. The addition of money market fund shares tokenized on Hedera enabled by Archax is a huge vote of confidence in Hedera's unmatched speed, security, and low-cost infrastructure. Is ideally suited for the institutional grade tokenization of real-world assets made possible by Archax. So it then goes on to talk about Archax themselves, but I'm struggling to find out what news that was reported yesterday was fake. Because as far as I can see, there isn't any. It's just people's imaginations running wild. And the interesting thing, even further, this is people are acting like BlackRock had no idea that their own fund was going to be tokenized on Hedera. Well, I don't think that's the case. So this is from Crypto Observer. We are to believe BlackRock knew absolutely nothing about their fund being tokenized on Hedera network. Apparently, a couple of UK companies decided to do it themselves and thought naughty guy at the HBAR Foundation. So that's essentially what that article is implying. He goes on to bring up some interesting things. There's clearly Aberdeen involvement here. I mean, Aberdeen are the largest sort of active fund manager in the UK. BlackRock is the largest fund manager in the US. It makes sense that they would kind of work together. This was actually a really good tweet that I'm going to leave in the description. The really interesting for me was the actual comments from Graham, the CEO himself. He said, all parties involved, meaning BlackRock, because it's their money market fund that's being tokenized, were aware that we were tokenizing on Hedera. We always speak to issuers before tokenizing their assets off chain. So they would have okayed with BlackRock that they were going to tokenize their money market fund and how they were going to do that being on Hedera, and BlackRock okayed that. So the CoinDesk article is perhaps just as misleading. It is misleading in regards to it kind of makes it out to be a nothing burger when this is a huge deal. And what people don't realize is everything is going to be tokenized. And Hedera are setting that standard. This cannot be underestimated. And the comment about the price, which I want to come on to now, is just how crypto goes. Of course, crypto is very volatile. Let's just look at the daily events and what kind of took place. So let's actually just take our draws off. We'll come to our broader draw, because the important thing for me as a technical analyzer and a technical investor, I invest based off the charts. If something has great fundamentals, then sure, and we think Hedera absolutely does have that. But the price action that we saw, the interesting thing for me is that, you know, our price prediction for Hedera and the technical roadmap that we saw for it is still intact. And actually, this is just part of it getting to the destination we believe it's going to. It's very relevant, but in a sense, it's just fulfilling the kind of direction we already thought it was going to head in. So if we take a look at the move that we saw an 85% move for HBAR. Extremely impressive move. Obviously on the back end of this news. At one point, remember this is just the daily candle, from where it was at, Hedera went all the way up 112%. Today, from yesterday's news, it's still sat up 47%, which is spectacular. I saw a lot of people in the comment section, like really panicking because they had bought on this move. Why would you do that? There was nobody, I can guarantee this, out there that said you should buy something that is going vertically up on major news. You should have been positioned before the news. It is rule 101. You don't buy when something is going vertically up hundreds of percent, because it can come down and will correct. Things don't just keep going up like that. So that is complete stupidity that I saw in regards to what took place yesterday. I'm not doing myself any favors by saying this. You know, and since then, of course, we have seen a correction. But Hedera is still 47% up. If we dive over to the kind of broader time frames, you know, we were very much expecting Hedera to support around this 30 weekly moving average. We have that broader plan for Hedera that sees it get to 27 cents, which it kind of made its way towards getting to 18 cents. And then we could essentially see it potentially get to $2. But that's just my own technical roadmap, how I kind of could see this playing out. Things don't just go up in a straight line, they do correct. We did look at yesterday the similarities between Hedera today and Cardano going into 2021's market cap. And it's very much playing out in the same manner, isn't it? Let's take the draws off this. I do expect it to continue doing so, news or not. But we'll see what the day brings. We'll see if this can hold. I don't think it's going back to where it came from. That's just my own personal opinion. But I saw a lot of stupidity in regards to people that were buying after it had gone up 100%. Like, what are you doing? And this is back to my comment right at the start of the video. I genuinely feel like some people shouldn't be investing in the cryptocurrency market. This is an asset class that is the most volatile asset class that there is, period. And people are going into this with no prior investment experience, no prior trading experience, bad information to begin with, and getting hurt as a result of it. That is your own fault. And people need to accept that. Nobody yesterday would have come out and told people to buy Hedera. Nobody. So people have done that on their own back. There was no misleading information. The news that was reported was the news. And hopefully we've cleared a lot of that up. People have got to also come back to reality and really realize what this means for Hedera. Hedera are an institutional standard tokenization platform at this point. Largest asset manager in the UK has funds tokenized on Hedera, and officially so does BlackRock. That's the news. That's absolutely massive. And that's all from me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. I'm wishing you all a wonderful Wednesday, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.